So guys, I'm getting ready to start bleeding my brakes using IMPA, and what I'm going to be doing first is making sure my battery charger is all connected because the ABS pump uses a good amount of power, and you don't want your battery to be dying during this because it's going to be connected to the computer, and who knows what can go wrong. So I don't have a Windows, so I'll be using a MacBook. I used Boot Camp to upload Windows 10 onto my computer, and luckily I was able to install IMPA and do all that good stuff. So I got my K plus DCAN cable from Beamer Geeks because their cable is very high quality, and pretty much if you guys check out any other YouTube videos that on using IMPA and bleeding your brakes, it's pretty much the same process. So here I'm just checking to make sure the connection is good, and then I select my chassis E90, and then I click DSC, and then it takes me to this menu right here. If you guys have any questions, just shoot a comment below. I'm right here. I'm reading the codes just to check if it's still the same fault codes. Right now I have two fault codes, and it's going to be fault code for the pad wear sensor and calibration. And before I do the calibration, I bleed the brakes, which is what I'm getting ready to do right now. I'm on my phone right now checking what the codes meant, and I think it's 5DE1 was the pad wear sensor, and 5DD0 was the calibration. So I'm just gonna get ready to set up for the bleeding. I'm going to get my brake fluid just to make sure it doesn't drain all of the fluid out and it doesn't dry out the master cylinder. So the rear bleeder screw is a 9mm. I actually had every size but a 9mm. I had to go buy a set of wrenches. So make sure you put a rag right where the reservoir is because you're going to be adding brake fluid a lot, so just make sure you don't spill anything anywhere important because it will damage your car. So I just want to make sure I top off the fluid because you want a good flush. You want to make sure a lot of the old brake fluid goes out and a lot of the new brake fluid goes into the brake lines. So right here I'm basically just doing the process what I explained before. I'm just going to be getting everything ready, following the commands right on the screen, and basically I start with the furthest wheel from the reservoir, and that's because that's how I've been told that you do it. It's the longest brake line, so you want to make sure you get that one flushed out first. So I opened the bleeder valve because the program input told me to. The window popped up saying open right rear bleeder screw. That's what I'm doing. So at first the brake fluid wasn't really coming out, so I loosened it a little more. Then I saw some coming out. Um, right now my jack setup is literally just I have a stand underneath the control arm, and then I have the jack right at the jack point in the back. I kind of just wanted to get this process over really quick and easy, so I didn't feel like doing a 2-jack method or finding a way to jack it from the differential. So I literally just took a bottle and I had a vacuum hose, clear vacuum hose, and I just make sure that you pour some brake fluid in the bottle and release the cap a little bit, because it does build up pressure as you're filling it up. And if you don't loosen the cap, brake fluid will squirt out at you, which did happen to me because I did forget to do it one of the later wheels. So I click OK, and then here you see a green. It says to push the brake pedal, release the brake pedal, and then push it back. So you basically just follow the directions. Make sure your timing is good. You'll hear the ABS pump go on and off, and so also for basically the process is going to be the same for all the other wheels. Just follow it in the right order: right rear, right passenger, and then left driver, or I'll say front left or front right. Just make sure you do always the furthest wheel first and go in that order. And then the front bleeder screws are 11 millimeter, and that should be it. And I'll probably make a video if anybody has questions on how to calibrate it. It took me a while to figure it out because I could find nothing on the forums. Everything was so vague. So I literally just messed around with IMPA until I figured it out.